Welcome to EDC Ideas. Today's topic: 5 types of knives that every man should own. I will show you 2 knives from each category. Surely there are a lot of other great examples, but I will focus on the categories and not on the knife in the category. Let's start with the first category: classic pocket knives. What's a classic pocket knife? It depends on the area you live, but I live near Solingen and this Hartkopf model is a classic pocket knife here in Germany. It's a classic design, a cool blade shape, a very useful blade shape for EDC tasks, and it comes with a backlock. Let's move on to the second example of a classic pocket knife. This is my Buck 112. I love this knife. It's heavy duty compared to the Friedrich Hartkopf you see before, but a classic blade shape, a backlock, and a very common and useful pocket knife design. Let's move on to the next category. I call this category a universal outdoor bushcraft survival fishing and camp knife. These are knives you can use for the most tasks in the outdoor environment, in the camp, for fishing, for hunting, for bushcraft, for a hike, and this is one of my favorite models. This is a Güde hunting knife, handmade in Solingen, an excellent and beautiful design, handmade, a cool camp knife, and one of the best examples in this category in my opinion. The next knife in this category is the Linder Super Edge I. This knife is also from Solingen and it's an excellent design for outdoor tasks. The handle is very grippy. It's a kind of rubberized plastic. The blade shape is excellent for outdoor tasks. The blade is very thick and used a lot. As it's one of my most carried knives in the bush. This Hultafors chisel knife is one of my most used Craftsman knives, and the Craftsman knives are the next and third category. These knives are excellent for your toolbox, for working around the house, working in the garden. You can abuse them. Excellent steel. These knives are real workhorses with a carbon steel blade. I love the design. It's simple, it's functional, and these knives are very inexpensive too. Let's go to the next example. The next example for these kind of knives is a Mora knife. This should be a Mora Companion, one of the earlier models. I love this knife, heavy used, and it's an excellent bushcraft and carving knife too. Let's move on to the next category: modern and maybe a little bit tactical folding knives. This is the Extrema Ration BF1, an amazing knife, one of my most used pockets knife during the last year. The next knife in this category is the Böker. It's a Magnum by Böker, and it stands for easy access, one hand opening mechanism, and an overall and tactical design that's very useful in the EDC world. It makes a lot of fun to play with these knives, and they are very useful too. The tactical style is cool, maybe not for everyone, but I think it's a type of pocket knife every man should own. Last but not least, every man should own a multi-tool. It can be a Leatherman or a Victorinox, very useful little toolboxes for the pockets, useful around the house, useful in the EDC world, and excellent tools for bushcraft and survival tasks. Surely there are other categories of knives every man should own, for example an excellent kitchen knife, but I want to focus on knives for the outdoor bushcraft and EDC world. Please comment in the comment section below your thoughts about these 5 categories, and please let me know what's your favorite from each category.